AOEsports League. My name is Justin, aka Subways, and I have a right-hand man of Bouncy Bear. Would you kind of introduce yourself?
Howdy. Hey.
And we've got the opening map, and we're just about to go into it between No Mercy and a team of free agents called Team Number 13. And we have basically a 2-2-2 set up on both sides. We have the Hanzo in play, which has seen a lot of mileage as of late.
Definitely with the new update coming in.
There we go, they're definitely coming in. Reds and the power of Flibby are definitely raining damage down and making Team 13 actually second guess themselves on the first approach. The control point is about to unlock, and it looks like the entire blue contingent, aside from Salty for Life, has been cut out of the entire proceedings. But there are two red members of Team 13 on the point, but they're slowly becoming depleted. Pigeon has been ejected from her back and deleted by Connor Zarya. And it looks like there is going to be a prolonged team fight. Team 13 are not going to give this up easily.
Taking the objective.
They are going to go down here. What we see, like these two teams, you've got one team, so Team 13 is lower in SR, relatively speaking. No Mercy have been around for a while. So they've got the team compositions they've got the skills they need, whereas free agent, Team 13 are a newish team, so with a couple of subs in there, so they're not as they're not as formed.
Let's get you that out there.
Perhaps the subs will come back to bite them. It looks like Team 13 are actually wanting to strong-arm the point. They are succeeding in doing that by getting the trade. It has slipped right under the noses of No Mercy. And they will have to fight to take this back. They're looking to do so, though, with the mercy of Riddy being pulled back into the fight and actually getting a frag onto Connor. And now the feed will be painted red aside from one. And there is one member still on the point. That is Snackadactyl on the Tracer. We'll actually take out Flibby, the resident Farah, and then Riddy will take out their Tracer counterpart. And now the points will be blue once more as Team 13 aims to take another attack. Everybody's ready to go. We have a full set of ultimates actually on the side of No Mercy. They will be potentially looking to hold on to this point. They do have the pulse, the Earth Shatter and the Attack Visor. Perhaps looking for a combo very shortly. There goes the Earth Shatter from existence, and it's actually claimed quite a healthy bounty there. Who's gone into a primal raid. He's extremely angry that his points being taken away from him. And it looks like Team 13 are looking to succeed. There is only Pigeon being the diva that is left on the point and is slowly ejected and sent back to the bleachers. And Team 13 will slowly take the point as pauses come in as Flibby has DC'd from the server.
We saw a very good push there, a very good use of ult there, and then we saw what was needed regarding the two teams. I think Team 13 used 2 ults that fight, or 1?
It would be 2. They used the Earth Shatter and Attack Visor.
Yeah, but like you look at it, smart, good job, Flip. But like you look at it, right? Team No Mercy used 4 ults that fight, and they didn't get anything out of it. Like they lost a point using 4 ults. So yeah,
it's a little bit of a shame that they put that much into it and got nothing out of it. They were just as loaded for bear compared to Team 13, but obviously Team 13 are far more efficient. If you do notice with the pause screen, they do have the Valkyrie, Graviton Surge, the Transcendence, and the Pulse Bomb on the back of Snackadactyl. So potentially we could see a tag team with the patented classic of a Big Bang in the next fight.
Flibby is now back, so we should be able to get this underway again. But Flibby is now going to be at 0% for his ult, which is going to impact their team effectively.
I believe he did use the he did use his ultimate in the previous fight. So
yeah, he did.
It wouldn't have been that much of value lost, and now he's back on a different hero.
And he gets taken out there.
And it really got absolutely deleted. So we'll definitely want to second guess their next approach.
Just got deleted.
Deleted.
Seems like we're coming in from the left here. Unless I can't. Yeah, I can do my math correctly.
They're looking for the geometry. Flibby's been focused out very hard with the Mercy acting as the tether. The Graviton has come out and it looks like the Big Bang did end up coming out. Snackadactyl leads the Big Mercy of Wraiths and the feeds painted red. And Victor Ward actually got brought back into the fight and did not use Transcendence, which is huge as a matter of fact.
So 3-Elf's got to use that 5. But now we're sitting at the only ult disadvantage here is just Zen. You could play a massive factor, right? You look at the factors that you've got here, and Trans could be the tide, but Snack takes out Rennie there. I didn't know if that was the Spawn Camp BM, or whether that was actually Pride.
No, Snackadactyl appears to be holding the line. It's definitely called the fact that there is a charge coming with Boone heading it. They're definitely at a stalemate at the gate on the left-hand side of the spawn of No Mercy, and another pause. Poor Phoebe is having a bit of a rough time, not only on the battlefield, but in terms of internet connections as well. So, Bouncer Bear, what do you make of this last series of events after the point is over?
I mean, it's doing pretty well, right? You've got three. You got three ults on one on Team 13, and then you've got no ults, right? You're sitting at bare, so No Mercy are gonna have to basically just blitzkrieg this straight through, without taking any casualties here. If they take a casualty, they're gonna have to reset, rewipe, or they're going to a fight 5v6 with 3 ults against them. That's gonna cause them some damage, and I'm gonna say that this first point will probably go towards Team 13. Early prediction.
Well, you can't really object to that fact, because the only person who is even close to a fully charged ult is Boone, who's currently in an engagement at 69% on his promo range. But still, you see the Earth Shatter for denial, you see the Transcendence on the side of Victor Vaughn to keep his team up. So there is so much that No Mercy has to go through to even touch the point, let alone flip it over.
Let alone flip it over. And even if they do flip it over, Team 13 are going to be resourceful in their ults probably, and they'll just come back and fight with 3 ults again, and that's what's going to tip the side. If it does flip over into No Mercy's favour, Snackadactyl is just going to have his pulse bomb and just going to dish out a pulse bomb, and then they're going to go into fight with probably early pick. It's not going to allow No Mercy. No Mercy are currently in a lose-lose situation right now.
They essentially do have to go for broke. Not saying they haven't tried, they definitely have. And Rennie and a couple of others on No Mercy, they have had their shining moments, there's no doubt about that. But ever since the second flip and those last 2 engagements, especially when they had the point stolen from underneath them, it's been just an uphill battle for No Mercy, and maybe this point may actually be called a wash, and they will have to wash their hands of it and start again when the next stage of Oasis comes to pass.
Yeah.
What do you make? Actually, there is something surprising omission that I'd like to sort of question about it. There's no Brigitte on either of these teams as of late, and you notice that if you do watch a lot of Overwatch as of late, she has seen a lot more play. Are you curious about that?
Yeah, like seen a lot of play, and then there's no maybe. I mean, last night when we were casting stream, we didn't see a lot of Brigitte on Oasis, specifically Oasis. But hopefully later in the night we will see some Brigitte come out. Some of the teams.
Yeah, I have loved seeing her get into action and find a whole lot of play. And honestly, I just love the fact that she can be a full-on all-rounder, like a pseudo tank, a DPS, and a healer as well with the armor that she also provides.
She is great as it comes. Yeah.
But she's not a concern at the moment. She is not on this server in terms of a character on the board. We have a prolonged pause at the moment. We will have to bring that to your attention. And Team 13 is currently at 91% on the opening point of Oasis versus No Mercy. On the second night of the opening week of the Australian Amateur Overwatch League and their 4th season.
Yeah, just that 4th season.
Yes. And it's been wonderful. Bounty,
Yes.
the game that you saw last night, what can you tell me about that? Because I'm actually really curious about a lot of these.
That was a really good match last night. I watched. Oh, we're back. We're back to this game.
Surprise! Libby's rejoined the server. The Earth Shatter has come out from existence. Riddy has gotten the better of the Mercy and Salted for life to take it out Snackadactyl. So going for absolute broke may actually prove to be quite fruitful with Libby coming in on the Doomfist with his mobility and his absolute brute strength. I guess going for broke was the thing that actually got the point.
Although they're probably going to have 4 ults here, so we're going to see a 4 ult v2, potentially 3.
Yeah. Yes, the Winston and the Mercy of Wraiths are actually quite close to their ultimates. They're holding the high ground, and there are 2 men on the point being very uncontested at the moment, up until now, thanks to Boone. Boone's down to half health. And they're moving into the 90s now. PK Slayer has taken out Slibby. The Tactical Visor has come out and has taken out Riddy. And now, poor Reinhardt is running right at Salty for life and has fire struck him to the grave. The Graviton Surge did end up coming out from Connor. Just to be mere formalities at this point, there is one person on the point to try and keep this alive for No Mercy, and the point actually flipped over right under their nose. And there is almost no resistance and almost a sure thing for Team 13.
That should be a wrap there. Yeah, that's a wrap there. Going into our second map, hopefully we don't have as many DCs. And,
Can we please tell Libby to not use bubble gum and paper clips to repair his internet line? We got there in the end, I guess. And which point do we actually get here? I will look out. Look out the window. We have...
University, this is,
I believe this is University, yes. I should know all the names a lot better, but I
same,
tend to get them flipped up.
No, when we both think it's the same thing, it must mean it is the same thing. Alright.
And we do actually see the Brigitte that change from Libby. Really curious to see
running
how
a triple tank. Triple tank support.
The pads align, the slabulence, if you will. Full-blown skirmish on the right-hand side of the point to No Mercy Spawn. Other members are actually quite low at the moment. Boone's almost the leader for the server, will be taken out by PK Slayer. They're already at a hero disadvantage, and Existence will take out the Mercy, and that will make it a lot harder for No Mercy to stand and fight. And also with Snackadactyl taking out Libby on the Brigitte, it's nigh on impossible, and the best that No Mercy could do is bleed out time until Team 13 takes the point.
And let's see here, the good point's still going on. They're now trying to back out here as much as they can. It is very funny.
Boone's actually being fully healed up by the Moira. They do have a Moira on deck on the person of Reds. They've decided to ditch the Mercy. Now a full-blown war of attrition will come out. They're holding at the choke. Come out. Boone has slowly started to inch his way onto the point with the backup there. The Graviton Surge will come out from Connor. Snackadactyl and the rest of Team 13 will claim their victims.
Yes.
Single Graviton.
Wish us the
Surge of ultimate.
So we should hit 40% here for the cap with that Graviton Surge. We're looking at 5 ults. Team 13 compared to the 3. Oh, well,
a preemptive fight rally to get the armor to give them the best chance of survival.
Yeah, come in here. Probably Earth Shatter Hunter was probably what's going to
with the Earth Shatter probably. If a shield's actually not up, this could actually prove to be quite valuable. The Dragon Strike will come out from PK Slayer and clean up both of the tanks. Only Libby on the Brigitte is able to reply. And Team 13, with all the confidence in the world, that it's well earned, mind you, moving forward and basically shutting down No Mercy and making this university point a whole lot harder from here on out.
What we've here so far currently is chemistry. Team chemistry is not always better than hype people who play as sub. But we have traded out here. They're going to go in here 5-6. everyone goes out here and they're going to come in. They're going to be able to jump in. No Mercy's going to try and hold the point here as Earthshatter comes out, claim its victim of Libby, but a 4v4 here coming out ain't going to do much. When you're going to go on Exhibit Exhibit's going to claim his third victim of the match with Wraith. Snack with Dax going to get Pension Victim going to be taken out, and they're going to put the point straight back over.
A little bit of a tease, if you will, and that's just shattered the entire attack of No Mercy, and they will have to recoil and try again, and they're slowly running out of time. We're running into 90%. It is basically a one and done deal, and most of Team 13 have moved right into their first point of attack, being right near their gate. If the Graviton comes out from Connor, no, the Graviton actually came out from Meridian, so that will be held on to for a little while longer. Graviton eventually will come out from Connor. The Big Bang will come out. Doesn't claim any victims thanks to the sound barrier, but a lot of the damage is actually done. A lot of war of attrition on the point, and the rally will come out from Flibby, trying to keep the team alive and the dreams alive for No Mercy.
They're going to back. Now they're going to be able to see Snack and Actus just chilling out the back of the point here, trying to get his business started. He's still alive, but he's getting loads. He gets taken out finally, so Team 13 is going to have a reset now, and all they need is a team fight to win. They just need to win one of these team fights, and that's going to be map 2. That's going to be this map over, probably.
They have a lot of chances too. They have at least maybe 2 or 3 spans on time alone.
Definitely.
But they're wanting to go for it now, as a matter of fact. Big Earthshatter from Boone has dropped 4, as a matter of fact, but didn't drop the big beefy right hard. PK Slayer will actually drop Boone. Despite all of his efforts, Pigeon will actually claim 2. And Daxel will drop both of the supports, looking like an absolute stack indeed. That is a stack pack and an absolute half. Pigeon is almost out of a mech and out of time. He's actually the only person left on the point defending, or trying to make this a presumable fight for No Mercy, buying enough time. But the Dragon Strike will come out from Big Game Slayer, and claim Flibby once again on the Doomfist. The Coalescence did come out from the Moira on No Mercy being Reds, and they actually ended up getting pushed back with Team 13. Curious.
Very interesting there. I feel like Pigeon then capitalized on Victor being a little bit further out than he should have been there with the rest of the team. So now he's going to go in here. On 5v6, and they're going to have another chance to get him.
I'm really unsure about the aggression of Team 13. It really actually claims existence. So they're going to be without their tanks for the time being, and perhaps No Mercy feeling a confident surge of their own. But to Team 13's credit, they do have a lot of ult. They have 4 on deck, in fact, compared to the 1 for Boone. Boone will have to get a lot of value off the Earthshatter if he wants to be a contributor. There goes the hammer. The Graviton Surge will come out from Connor, and Stakadaka will claim 2 victims, 1 with the Pulse Bomb, 1 with the Pulse Pistols. A full-blown skirmish is on the point, and both teams are wanting to make their last stand. So they will actually use the barrage to claim the mech and the pilot, as well as the Moira healer there. There's only 1 left for No Mercy. They're being salted for life on the Lucio. The SOG is over. The point flipped over to the Team 13, and that will be Oasis falling to them.
GG, that was very good. But what we learned on that was that SR beats
Team Cohesion?
Yeah, that one. Thank you very much.
No problem. I know the
where I was going. We were
efficiency of words is existence.
We had
That was absolutely
I know, right? We had team cohesion.
Team cohesion and higher skill, because if we go back to our previous point of SR, the gap, if I recall correctly, is around 700, 800? And that would be Team 13 taking the first map 2 points to 0, 99 to 99 on the second point after everything gets shook out. But we will go to the second map, which is King's Row, which is considered to be the map for Overwatch. Based off of what we saw, Bouncy Bear, what do you foresee in the next match? Do you expect Team 13 to continue their winning run?
It depends. It depends on where they're starting. Because I feel like King's Row is a lot more team-based, right? Oasis, you can just run around one-on-one in each fight. But King's Row is going to have a lot more tight corners. It's going to be a lot more small. All right. Alright, Rennie's back. He was just joking around. Yeah, so yeah, I feel like King's Row is. I feel No Mercy could do a very good defense. Will it be a solid hold? I do not think so, but it could be close enough to a solid. It could be close enough to a hold.
Perhaps it is one of the hardest defenses to actually hold if the attack is strong enough, because there is only like 2 avenues of attack for King's Row, which is basically the low and the high ground through the theater and through the pub. And we are going into the game. Your second map will be King's Row for the second night of the Amateur Australian Overwatch League and the 4th season.
Yeah, week 1.
It's been icy cold, but the action's been rather hot, which is really good because I need a free heater.
Same, honestly.
My name is... Oh, dude, it hurts. My name is Justin, aka Cyberwaste. I have a co-commentator in Bouncy Bear. We thank you for joining us. And we go into the assembly time, and then the defense will go out. Gotta give a quick shout out to all the beautiful gameplay you're watching right now. Is made by producer Riot Line. He's doing lovely work. He's doing works. Indeed, right.
Hard job.
Always give love to your producers.
Definitely.
Thank you, Riot. You are doing the bang-up job, mate. And it looks like the defense has been sorted. Your defenders will be No Mercy in the blue. We have Pigeon on the Zarya, Rinny on the Reaper. Curious. We also have Wraiths with the Patent of Mercy. We have Boone on the Reinhardt once again. We have Flibby on the Hanzo this time. I believe that's his 4th hero, which is quite curious. And we see Salty for Life on the Zenyatta. And for your attackers, it would appear that they have actually locked their entire composition. So we have Insta-lock DPS on the Mercy. I am very mad at the false advertising. We have Connor on the Zarya, proven to be quite the unit. PK Slayer on the Hanzo. Reinhardt being in control of existence. Victor Vaughn on the Zenyatta. And Snackadactyl with the patented Tracer. And looking to take a big bite out of the defense. And we roll out for the first attack of Team 13.
I've seen a Reaper being run on this. I saw a Reaper last night being run on this. It didn't work very well, but we'll see how Rennie utilizes this pretty tough.
A little bit too far back for my liking, perhaps. His playstyle will warrant a little bit more aggression, but it looks like they're pushed way out to the point. And the attackers actually headed the charge. The attacker's Reinhardt shield has been destroyed, but another Reinhardt's actually been deleted entirely and has been brought back into the fight by Reigns, who swiftly gave up their life for it. And PK Slayer will put the bow and arrow to work with the prowess of an Olympic archer. And just like that, Team 13 will quash the entire defense of No Mercy. The point is taken.
Distractions are always good, and that's what Snackadactyl was doing at first one. He's now going to swap up the Widow here. See what he can do on this Widow here. He's going to be looking for those crucial picks to enter the team fight in this 5v6.
Especially with we have a sniper duel. We have Rinny on the Widowmaker now, and Flibby can promptly delete Snackadactyl. That'll be enough of that.
4 snipers, 2 Anzos, 2 Widows, each opposite team. That's pretty good.
And really interesting. So we will be stretching the distance. And it looks like an engagement will actually happen at the airspeed. There is a little bit of distance gained. Boone will get his Earthshatter primed and ready, but the Valkyrie is out from Instalock and is keeping the team juiced up, very healthy and very much buffed and can do all the stuff. PK Slayer will actually take out the sniper counterpart of Rinny. Boone and Boone and Existence will actually end up
Let's get you
butting
out
heads
there.
and butting shoulders. But it looks like the feed's actually going to be painted red. And aside from a little bit of a skirmish at the S-bend, this payload will actually keep moving and get very close to the foundry.
Definitely. Definitely, they're always getting close, always getting that close. Really gonna try and do some damage up here as he's not been shown. Ryan should just gonna block him. He gets taken. Vic! Oh, Vic.
Devon, I want to call them the Ascension, but nobody will get it. Looks like a skirmish will actually get on outside of the point, and they will actually scare them away. Rinny's actually been brought back into the fight thanks to Reds, but they, on the side of No Mercy, will have no res next to this fight, and it could actually be a detriment to them. Connor will throw out the Graviton Surge. There goes your dragon. Nom 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 nom. And they will be very healthily stacked. The feed will be painted red, and as efficient as you like, the foundry is open for business, and No Mercy will have to configure their last stand.
Red, just like the Ascension.
Aha!
No, I get the
Love
joke.
it.
I hope I get it anyway. That's too bad for them.
I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. Salty for Life, keep an eye on him. He's been doing a lot of work with the Zenyatta, a dragon grab of their own, but the Transcendence will actually nullify a lot of that work. So Flibby, better luck next time. But we'll actually take out Victor Vaughn. Yes, you will descend to the bench for now. And it looks like No Mercy will actually hold at the second S-bend in the foundry. And now Team 13 will be on their heels for the time being, but they have the Earthshatter and the Valkyrie, which will be high value. And we also have an Earthshatter and Valkyrie on the other side, so now the fight will actually begin. The Valkyrie actually comes out from Team 13. The Earthshatter will eat nothing but shield, but Existence will take out Boone with authority. And the fire will actually come out from Rinny. Boom! There goes two. The tanks are out of commission and turned into scrap.
It's very interesting. Game, you see. It's very slow pace, right? They're trying to clash. Weird Earthshatter coming out, grabbing one. They're gonna slow this down a lot. Misses the thing and gets caught for his entire life. So they're gonna go push out on this in their 5v6. Although Victor Vaughn does go down.
There goes the Dragon Blade from Snack Actor. Will claim one victim thanks to the sharp steel. That will be Rinny. Your bombs will be no more, but that will be all he'll be able to get. Boom will actually take out Snackadactyl, and the Graviton will come out from Cotter. The Dragon Strike will come in too. Slayer will claim another multi-man Dragon Strike, that being 4 people claimed. And it looks like the payload will finish King's Row. And that will be the change of sides for Team 13 and No Mercy. Those dragon grabs, man.
Those dragon grabs are insane, and that's the combo you can get right now. Hanzo does increase damage, I think in the latest patch. Did his dragon, or is it just OP? No one else used it. Anyway, regardless of what it is, people are using it, and that's really good.
It's OP because it's popular, isn't that the usual consensus?
Yeah, isn't that what it stands for? Overpopular? Isn't that
Overpopulated.
Overpopular?
The thing of note too, they do have a good time bank on the side of Team 13. If we end up going to overtime, we do have 3 minutes and 8 seconds, which is a pretty good time for King's Row, all things considered.
Yeah, I've seen much better, but you always gotta have limits.
Given how prolonged a couple of those fights were,
Definitely.
you couldn't have really asked for much better. It did get stalled up only once, if I remember. They had it at the S-bend in the foundry, but it ended up hailing out in the end. So we basically have a mirror of the previous round in terms of compositions. We have Pigeon on the Diva, Brittany on the Brigitte, Race on the Moira, Boone as the Reinhardt, Flibby being the Zarya. Interesting. And Salty for Life being your prog.
That is his 6th character.
The pool is deeper than the Marinara Trench. Perhaps. That's a really flop geology joke. And on
I
your
was-
defense, we have Mercy being by insta-lock. We have Connor as Zarya. Another Hanzo for Pick and Slayer. I mean, if it's working, why not? Existence as Reinhardt. Victor
Definitely.
Vaughn once again as your Zenyatta and Snackadactyl back to being your Mercy. And the blue team has gone to the pub for a quick fish and chips, and they will actually claim 2 victims, make that 3 on the side of No Mercy. Rini will claim 2 with the shield badge, proving the power of Brigitte. And Team 13 just got absolutely stunned by that attack, and that will be a very quick take by No Mercy.
Definitely. What was I going to say? See, I would have said, instead of what you said about Flippy, I would have said there he has more heroes than Ascension's win rate, but...
Don't do them dirty like that, please. Why'd you do that to my boys Ascension? The Flip is actually being engaged on by Snackadactyl. Got a lot of fire into the side of him. It almost built up to a pulse bomb in Snackadactyl. That could be something of note. Victor Vaughn will use the orbs to crush Moira. They're being Snackadactyl will claim one of the tanks as well. And moving absurdly far forward, right next to the statue. But almost claims Flippy. Connor will actually polish them off, as well as Riddick. Goodness gracious.
They got a very good
covers aggression.
Very good, yes. A very good defense.
And Snackadactyl is
Right beside
was right outside
I
of the
will
spawn
not
and
waste
thought
this
much better of it.
opportunity.
But the payload is actually in a quite precarious place. It is right at the actual gate next to the street space. And it looks like Flippy's actually decided to move out properly. The convalescents will come out from Wraiths. Has actually claimed the victim, the medic counterpart in Instalock being on the Mercy. My technology is better than yours. It looks like the attackers are looking to actually get the payload moving. Pigeon will claim the tank counterpart in existence. Snackadactyl does eject Pigeon from the mech. But that was all for naught, and now 5 are on the payload, and they've started to get it moving.
Definitely. Street Fighters are very hard. Once it gets rolling, it's very hard to stop. But we'll see how they do here when they stop. And Snake's getting tracked down. I'm guessing the next defense will be around this corner here, and hopefully they can, if they stop it, they'll do well. If not, they'll push up
more
the
chance to engage. It looks like that is exactly what they are planning to do. Both Zarya's actually have Graviton Surge. Flippy will actually throw his out. The Justice will come out from Slayer. Will actually claim the tank of Boon. And that particular Graviton Surge from the defender of Connor will actually claim 2 victims thanks to the assistance of Snackadactyl. And it looks like Team 13 has repealed that attack for now.
Is anyone down for a back cap though?
Perhaps.
Back cap!
Perhaps, but I do not see any person in blue being on the payload as at present.
Get in there.
Looks like the Diva Bomb did end up coming out. Does not claim a victim, but does cause them to spread. But they are so far forward, the defenders of Team 13, and PK Slayer just ruining Salted for life. Stuck in spawn, they are locked at the gate. Goodness gracious. This is how you demonstrate with authority who is the better team. Perhaps this will come back to bite them if they're not careful. Like the attackers of No Mercy were wanting to take the high ground. Snackadactyl will claim 2 victims thanks to the pulse bomb. That will basically cause them to fall back in an absolute scare. And Snackadactyl will claim 2 more victims. It's on an absolute rampage on this buffet known as No Mercy. Rin is actually trying to take 5 shots with the Widowmaker and will be blown out of proportion.
I gotta say this. Yeah, I gotta say this Team 13 is getting very good. Now they're getting bullied at their own spawn. Raiden and Reeve was set up, and they're gonna go round again. About 2 minutes. So probably we're looking at 3 more attempts at pushing this 3rd payload. But Team 13 holding a very
pushing again. The game is still, the payload is actually still going backwards ever still. Floppy will actually stun and take out the healer of Zenyatta, so they will be out of commission for the time being. The Graviton will come out as well as the damage boosted Farah. And just like all the dots in a row, they will be mowed down. And Rini will be ejected and sent back to the bleachers with 1 minute 25 left to complete the map. Another team wiping the books.
You notice that Team Up was a job. Spoon onto the Winston, Wraith onto the Mercy, and Rini onto the Tracer. We're going to have a more divey comp here. We're going to have a comp that can bully on. Livy's going to take out Snackadactyl there, and that's going to allow them to go 5v6 onto the next 5.
Well, they'll have to move very, very quickly though, because Snackadactyl has been a force to be reckoned with, but PK Slayer has been very much his equal. And we are down to 1 minute. We're dueling down in the streets. We have another fight underway. And they're about to tell the time is Mr. Rennick. Mr. Flibby, excuse me, and does not claim any victims. The Earth Shadow will come out from existence. Snackadactyl will take out Flibby. Another prolonged exchange on the point, but it looks to be very much in the favor of Team 13, and Victor Bourne will prove Omnic's superiority over Celtic for life, as well as Pritchard being ejected from the.
That's going to be the. Yeah, and that's going to be the cleanup.
Yeah, Rini's going to be out of touch here in 12 seconds. That's what he's going to try and do, and then he's going to wait for the rest of his team to get back on the point. But Rini's going the long way around. He might not even make it over there.
They may have left themselves a little bit starved for time. Snackadactyl did claim himself for life. They are left short for time. Do not touch the point. And Team 13 will claim the second map of this 3-map series. It is 3 points to the Solitary one. Of course, the play of the game will go to PK Slayer. It's a question of which one. Yes, the big 4K. The Dragons and Wolves were very much filled that day. As well that we do have a third map, as this is a 3-map series.
While we're awake, would you like to hear a dad joke?
I'm all for dad jokes. Would you like to throw one?
What is Reaper's day job?
What?
He is the Repo Man.
Oh dear! I love it.
Correct.
Rejected dad jokes and rejected gimmicks. I am a fan.
Mhm.
I am very much a
But-
fan.
Seriously. Why is Torbjorn the most underappreciated defense character, other than his game flaws? But yeah.
Other than his height?
You just can't stand up to the rest.
Yeah, because he's short.
Yeah.
Ah!
What's May's favorite dance? This will be the last one I do. What's May's favorite dance?
Oh dear. I have no idea.
Now watch me whip. Now watch me May.
Oh, get out! Yeah, that is my co-caster, Bouncy Bear. He's about as down as dad can be. And I love it. The current leaders are Team 13 in this 3-map series. It is 2 maps to 0 over No Mercy. And we go into our third and final for the evening, that being the Temple of Anubis. This should be quite interesting. We'll go back to an earlier point that you were bringing up, Bouncy. The teams that you've seen and the players that you've seen. What's really stuck out to you?
Hang on. I just got to change map. Just give me lobby roll. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, we've seen we're very good. I mean, this isn't a full lineup of No Mercy. They're missing a few players. They're missing Will. They're missing Lon. They're missing a few other players. But Team 13 is a new free agent team, right? This is purely SR, right? You've got Instock DPS playing that Mercy deck. He's doing a great job. PK Slayer and Snack at Dactyl are just destroying as DPS. And then you've got Zixt, and Existence. That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Existence. He's just cleaning up his tank, and Victor and Connor, they're both adding to a layer of the game, right? So you got to see the start of the layers. They're all getting there, right?
You're calling him Victor and Connor even though his name is Victor Vaughn.
I'm saying Victor and Connor. Victor and Connor?
Oh, it's actually named Victor and Connor. His name's Victor Vaughn in game. Oh, Victor and... Oh, God.
Victor and Connor.
It actually just dawned on me.
Yeah,
God, I
Victor.
just had the biggest brain fart all over the stream. I hope you all enjoyed that.
Yeah. I hope you got the chip reference, but if you didn't get the reference, too bad. Yeah. Not gonna lie, that was not accidental, but that was very accidental. But
It was about the wrestling. It was great.
Yes.
And we go into the assembly phase of the final map of the evening, that being the Temple of Anubis. Let's see what treasures these two teams will actually bring to bear for us.
Ha! Get it? Bring to bear. Ha! Bouncy bear.
That wasn't intentional, but I'm gonna take full credit for that.
Yeah,
So they're
you have
wanting to go for the high ground. Really, with a really clever way to get the less mobile heroes onto the high ground with the main wall there. Rini is actually moving back to spawn and wanting to change to a new hero, it would seem. But that's a really cool tactic, which never really loses its luster. Is actually on the Jug right now, which PK Slayer will actually want to watch out on the Tracer. So we will run you down your starting lineups while we have a little bit of a breather. Pigeon on the Orisa, Rini on the Junkrat, Raids being the Mercy, Boone being a tank, being the Diva this time, Flippy being your Torbjorn, Insolent for Life being Lucio, and Insolent DPS being a healer again, being Moira. We have Connor on Lucio, curiously enough. PK Slayer being your Tracer, Existence being your tank on Winston, Diva being Victor Vaughn, and Stack Attacker being the Widowmaker. And an engagement's already being hinted at on the point thanks to PK Slayer. Has gotten into a bit of a tangle with Boone, who's not pulled the Defenders of No Mercy off the high ground just yet, but they almost will have to. Rini will claim 2 victims, as a matter of fact, so the Junkrat's paying off very heartily so far. And Boone's almost ejected from the back to get extremely low with no healing to back her up. And now is actually ejected thanks to Victor Vaughn. The turret of Libby will actually claim Snack and Dankle, but the convalescence built up extremely quickly by Insolot will claim a couple of victims and be a very scary presence. This team fight's actually gone to 0 to 100 extremely quickly.
And yeah, No Mercy had an interesting starting position. I honestly didn't think it would work because I think they were just capitalized, but they got the first one. They're halfway to the first check, and now they're going to set up again up high. They're going to allow to set up high here. They're going to allow for a different defensive structure, but in 13 is going to follow the shut up here, and they're going to fight it.
And perhaps Flip is actually caught without a turret. He does have multiple core at the ready. If he can get one up, no, Stack Attacker will turn it into scrap metal. And the second attempt for Team 13 will to claim the point. The supercharger and the tank that owns it will be taken out of commission thanks to Victor Vaughn and PK Slayer. The Dragon Blade will come out thanks to Snack and Dactyl. Will actually stay alive. Existence will claim, thanks to the primal rage, will actually claim race. Boone will be back into the back. The Stun Barrier will come out and make this attack a little bit more prolonged. Diva's ejected from that back as of late. Yes, Rini actually claims the tank of existence. Victor Vaughn is actually back into the back. And thanks to Insolent DPS, Existence will be back in the fight. And Victor Vaughn will drop Pigeon. So there is only one and now none holding the line for the side of No Mercy. And if they were to be wise on the side of Team 13, they will cut the point out. And now No Mercy will fall back and try to defend.
Definitely. So they got 5 minutes clocked on the time here. You gotta go. It's pretty good, right? 5 minutes is good.
Oh, poor Flibby actually got taken out by PK Slayer's false pulse. That's a preemptive res. That's one for the snowball. The bomb did come out from Victor Vaughn, did not claim any victims, but did cause them all to spread out. Same with Same with the Genji's Dragon Blade next to Snackadactyl, but the Cold Steel is very much a threat. The fight will actually be on the point proper. Libby will eject Victor Vaughn, but that may be all they'll be able to muster. He's still trying to place the turret, is actually being zapped down and stuck and deleted by PK Slayer. And now they're looking to get at least a third thanks to this fight. Ray's still one to hold alive, will resurrect Boone and put the mech back onto the field. It looks like No Mercy will actually hold strong for now.
Definitely. It's coming in to slow that fight, but it seems like No Mercy have finally got the kills against over Team 13 here to grab themselves a win. They're going to be slowly backing up here. They're going to be using the Genji over here. They're going to be able to go into this fight straight away, basically. All they're waiting for is their Ryan to come back. Yeah, they can jump straight in.
They're definitely not one to slow the rhythm, especially knowing that they were close to actually capturing a third. The entire line is taking form. Libby will be basically kicking the legs out from underneath the entire defense. The Diva Ball will actually come out to Boone to claim existence. And Snackadactyl will actually throw out the pulse bomb. No, it was actually PK Slayer. And actually claims a victim. And Ezreal will bring back existence. And despite the sound barrier actually coming out for No Mercy, it does not prove to have much value. And the media strike will come in from Flimmy. The self-destruct will be out again and claim Salty for life. So this point will still be a war of attrition. But you would definitely have to give it to Team 13 right now. Except for Riddy catching 2 healers and a DPS off guard thanks to that Riptire. And thanks to that actual Riptire from that Junkrat of Riddy, they're able to hold on the side of the team.
That is definitely a game changer there from Riddy. He's shown what he can do, right? The Junkrat Riptire is very good, very situational, in my opinion. And that was a situation where it was used positively, right? After that, Boone could the rest of the team could clean up the other remaining people. And they're going to come in here again with another attack of this, and they've probably got 2 attacks left before they give up, before they rotate over.
Perhaps two more fights before the change, but they are a lot better prepared in terms of ultimates. They do have 3. The Earth Shatter, be wary of that. Looks like PK Slayer will throw out the Pulse Bomb, will take out the Mercy, so that is a huge pick to open up. The power player of Riddy is taken out, as well as Pigeon and Salty for life, thanks to Snackadactyl and Victor Vaughn and PK Slayer in a collaborative effort. Looks like 2 ticks will be taken and 1 minute 30, give or take, will be your final time for Team 13.
That's very good on table of the moves. The team that kept on holding like they did, you got to give credit to No Mercy there for holding out. But yeah, they did a very good job. Very, very good job.
It's one of the big indicators of team cohesion, whether there is a stalwart defense. It's a similar concept to a lot of other games that have attack and defense. The thing I will allude to is Counter-Strike. You see a far more cohesive attack and defense from sides that actually play together, as opposed to a jumbled bunch of solo players.
Yeah. You can say that for a bunch of teams as well. You've got Rainbow Six, you've got even League of Legends and stuff like that, right? Big
any sort of team, any game that has a team aspect to it, being playing together and knowing everybody else's ticks is one of the biggest parts that makes a team great. As a manager, you'd always want to be pushing for the team to play together. Not consistently, because that gets boring, but as much as they can, as much as they want to get to know each other, which is always great. But No Mercy have been playing around for a couple of months now, I think. A couple of months now. I think they were around since Season 2 of the AOL, and that was a while ago. There's been a lot of change since then.
There has been a lot of change since the AOL Season 2. That was probably back in November, probably, actually.
It was just as hype of the Overwatch League and Overwatch contenders and all that stuff was actually gaining a lot of traction. But we're just about to start the second round of Temple of Anubis and Rini. Oh, good. Yeah, I thought he was actually being serious. We do have a Roadhog on the field. Hope you like your bacon. Second action on the McCree. Really loving the DPS, and to be honest, I do not blame them given their form.
No, neither. It's very good clash. They're gonna come up top here and try and go around.
Completely foregoing Team 13's current setup, perhaps sniffing out the potential setup there. They've waterfalled onto the point proper, but the problem is Team 13 actually do have an avenue of attack. They do not have a third prophet yet until now, but the full fight is well and truly underway. Riddy will be basically cooking existence to a crisp, and the Pigeon will actually be ejected from the mech. Snackadactyl will be telling the time, and definitely Boone to keep the shield up. The shield is actually shattered thanks to him, and there will be a full-blown trade there, and the feed will be painted red for the time being, but the fight will continue until the Moira ejected as well as so good hold thus far.
They'll be able to reset and reset up defense here, and they've got a soldier along with Valkyrie and Zarya. The Graviton Surge coming out soon. They should be able to do anything for right now.
Now we have Snackadactyl. That was actually really quick in that one fight. They ended up getting the high noon off.
And Trans, well, they did use Trans. This is Trans' second ult charge.
And almost at a full trans charge, and like using the speed boost to get his team into position. That will not be a concern if you're looking for trans. The bearer of it will be taken out of commission. The sound barrier is at the ready for Salty for life if he wants to keep the fight going. It looks like they are looking to do so. It's actually used. The Graviton Surge will come out from Flibby, and that will be the entire defense shattered. The point taken. Looks like they're rushing it down thanks to Salty for life and his sound barrier going way ahead of the charge. Interlock sub. Trends will be baited out. The pause will be called. As a matter of fact. Existence will be out of action. It looks like there has been a disconnect, but that blunt force attack from No Mercy, it's something that we saw on the initial point of King's Row, as a matter of fact. It was quick and swift, but will they be able to keep that going? It looks like they were positioned to really do so if you look at their manpower on the point and their capture percentage, almost a third.
So yeah, so the pause here, that's the first AC for Team 13 coming out. And they're going to have from what we currently see, they're going to be pushing straight onto this point here and trying to do as much damage as possible here.
The problem is they do have the Transcendence on deck with it's like actually just taking its form as the pause came in, and with Salty for Life actually being discorded until the new target is chosen. He'll definitely be priority number one, given he was heading the charge and may have actually just on and off to get everybody into position. Another thing I'd really want to note is Boone with the Earth Shatter. If the barrier for Connor is actually down, it could actually be quite the detriment if his existence does not come back as a Reinhardt. We are back into the action. 2/3 are taken already. The aggression has come out thick and fast. Looks like Victor Vaughn has gone onto the Ana. The Reinhardt is actually back in the fray though. And we are at an even 4 versus 4, and now Flibby will actually claim existence. But they flipped them back, and 5 minutes 31 remaining for Team No Mercy. That aggression was intense and was unable to stand against Team 13 and their defense.
Yeah, we saw the DC there probably gave them that point. It gave them very very good. Not gave them the point. I mean, that's very crude and rough, harsh to do. But it did help them there. Whereas because they lost the ult shot of the Rhine, they lost positioning of the Rhine where he was set up, as he was set up ready for that point defense. But they're fine. They have 1:27 left on the clock to probably get to point A. Is probably where they're going to have to get, and then attempt to rush over to point B. Whereas No Mercy have a cool collected 5 minutes and 31 seconds to see how far they get. Team 13 is going to be on attack first, whereas they have the lower time than No Mercy. My apologies. So they're going to be able to run here. They're running, it seems, triple tank. Triple support. Yeah.
To wait and see. It looks like that is what we will see. We'll see Rini on the Brigitte for this defense, and on the attack, they'll basically have 2 fights at most. We have Moira, Zarya, Farah, Reinhardt, Mercy, and Snackadactyl with another hero on deck, that being the Hanzo.
Very versatile DPS player.
Very, definitely has proven to be no slouch, and it looks like they're going way into it. And it's like No Mercy is holding the high ground on the attacker's left-hand side. The player of PK Slayer has already sniffed this out. Existence will charge PK's player will be charged on the wall. It was Boone, as a matter of fact, taking out PK Slayer, and Boone will actually take out the Reinhardt counterpart of Existence. So now a 4 versus 6 for the attacking side of Team 13. They will have to fall back and basically recalibrate for one last fight.
Like that early check from PK, and that was, I'd say, from what I saw, it was a very lucky boot to catch PK Slayer as the Farah there killing. And then it just tumbled there from 5 to 6 after Eccentrics went down. Just tumbled there from 4v6, and then we got the point now. But Team 13 going to be hopping on the point here, and No Mercy going to come out with the defense here. And we allowed Hunter's going to come out with Moira ult as well. Going to come up red, it's going to come up blue as death counts, but now in the 4v6 here. Boone and Rennie picking up kills respectively now. Then we hopping out defense, right?
Get focused down by PK Slayer. They definitely wanting to give it up, not give it up without a fight. They only have the pharmacy still on the point. It's like Flippy was denying the res from Victor Vaughn. And there was only one to be alive, that being PK Slayer, and he is promptly sent to the scrapyard. And it looks like the Convalescents did end up coming out from Instalock, but it seems to be all for naught for the time being. They're only bleeding time for the time. But
do as much as they can here, and it's just not going to work out. All that's left is the Moira, and the point should be going to be taken out, and that's going to be that. So all No Mercy needs to do in 5 minutes is get 1 tick on that point there, 1 tick, and then they take out Temple of Anubis.
it'll definitely be something to write home about, because they did put up a bit of a fight in a couple of the maps, but if they could actually get a win on the Temple of Anubis map to conclude the set this evening, it'll definitely be ending on a good note for them.
Definitely for them. So Team 13 gonna have to put up a very hard defense here with Bastion they're currently running. Apparently with Bastion and Torb going out there, getting thrown out there.
Oh goodness, we see the Mercy, Roadhog, Zenyatta, Arissa, Torbjorn, and Bastion. So we're going shield and chain guns and turrets. So they're going to be throwing a lot of lead and projectiles down range and hoping to basically build a wall out of that. Like instead of an actual wall being a shield, just have a wall of damage.
Definitely. He's going to be shooting everything into there.
It may be nullified by both the D.Va and the D.Va, Ryan, and the Zarya.
Very potential.
They're wanting to move out very early. The Arissa is actually way back. They're actually holding super far back. This may not be wise. There is a slight contest thanks to the Mercy. They're holding strong thus far, given the trade of 3-1, and they are actually making this work. a complete team wipe for the first one, and definitely, just judging from the play, it caught them off guard on the side of the
definitely, but they still have 5 minutes. Remember, they got 4 minutes and 50 seconds of counting down. They have at least 4 or 5 pushes chance to go here. They have more time to capture point A than they do at the start of the game to capture point A.
What is it? 3.5 minutes
Yeah.
at the start. It looks like they're moving in towards the house naming to go on the high
They're
ground.
going to try and take out this Bastion early. Bastion's going to jump down. Attack back with them as well. Now they're just going to get pelted on. Shield's going to go down, and when he gets taken out, it's going to take this map to a 5v6. And they're just going to sit there on high ground while everyone else gets their ults out, and they're going to now have to back up. They're now backing up. They're back.
They bled out the entire defense matrix for that D.Va as well. So just tapping it, trying to use it. They're all clumped up, and Connor on the Roadhog has to be fully aware of this. Just listening for someone to step out of line to let the hook go. But, Rennie on the Hunter is actually moving towards the health packet, looking to join the compatriots of Team No Mercy. Looks like another engagement will be taking place.
Chip is already down to burn. Joy said, look at all the bullets against the wall behind him.
Bro, lead at everything! Moves hit the deck. The fight's actually gone down onto the point. Molten Core is coming out and bring the board. So that turret is going to be beefy, and so is the man that controls it. The entire feed is going red. And I've got a feeling that No Mercy will be red at the face after that. Yes, they use a lot of ultimates. They use the Molten Core, they use the Valkyrie, they use the Transcendence. And they basically held strong for now. So we are down to 3 minutes remaining. They will have to adapt soon on the side of No Mercy, or else this could be a 3-0 set.
No, it'll be 3-1. It can't be 3. It'll only be a draw. It'll be 3-1. Could be
2-0 and 1. Let me be more accurate.
Yeah.
They're definitely playing with desperation. The supercharger will go down. Rennie will have to take out Stack and Backdoor on the Bastion, but will be brought back by Insta-Lock. The self-destruct will come out from Pigeon, and Pigeon will do a dive bomb on the entire defense of No Mercy. The tank bomb will come out from Stack and Backdoor. They will actually clean up Rennie. Despite that huge self-destruct from Pigeon.
Yeah.
And they did not get anything out of that, and I was almost certain that would be their ticket in.
Yeah, definitely. Stuff struck would have helped. They're currently sitting at probably around 2 pushes now left, and then desperation push, which isn't really a push, just a scraggle. They're gonna push another point here, Dryan. C9 wall.
The entire defense is held back by the Graviton Surge, though. It's like the Valkyrie actually came out. That Graviton Surge proved to be the most valuable. No Mercy will claim the Temple of Anubis, and that will be the conclusion of our set. They got there in the end, Bouncy.
Yeah, they went 2-1.
Indeed. And this was the game winner. Well and truly.
Definitely.
That would have been all that it took. And that will conclude the first game of the evening. Please hang around for the second game, which will be coming around at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, but that will be where the producer of Riot, myself, Cyberwaste, and my co-caster of Bouncy Bear will bid you all adieu.
Well,
Have anything else to say?
not much. I mean, at 8:30, Swift-K and Roof are going to take over, actually, but whatever.
Yes. We will see
They're
a brief...
going to have an Unreal Aussies versus Meta Esketty, which is a free agent team, so that's pretty interesting to watch. I know I'll definitely be watching that.
I sure will as well, because it is on the exact same channel, which is AOEsports, and we heartily appreciate your continued viewership, and we recommend that you guys stay. But that will conclude Riot, Bouncy, and myself, Cyberwaste, our coverage for this evening. Please hang around for the game at 8:30, but for now, goodbye, happy fragging, and be the best hero you can.
So yeah. Nice. Good job.